Is there an elephant in the studio that I am either blissfully unaware of, ignorant to, or ignoring, right? I think over the course of the Bert Show, over 25 years, I think I have been from time to time guilty of being like what I would consider like a 50s stay-at-home mom, where there's problems going on all around with the kids and stuff, and the mom's like, everything's fine.
Yeah, because you're super high off of Valium or lithium.
Right.
Well, I mean, I love you, but you can be a little oblivious, but it's not intentional nor malicious. It's just who you are.
Yeah, maybe too positive, some toxic positivity. Hey, things seem pretty well. All right, that doesn't seem like such a big deal. But maybe I haven't cut things off in the past when I should.
But I don't know. I don't see the elephants. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a real small elephant.
It's a silly elephant to me, and I'm wondering if it even exists. So I'm doing an Ask Me Anything the other day, right? And there's one thing that keeps coming up over and over and over again. And I'm like, what? And because I wasn't here on Monday when we finished off the celebrity contest, I might have missed the tone of that morning, right? I'm going to give you an example of it just kept coming over and over and over again. And I answered it in my AMAs also. I'm like, I don't understand what the controversy is here. Mo won the competition, right?
Yeah.
So if there was any controversy on what the deadline date was or wasn't, it doesn't matter. Mo won in a landslide because we had the celebrity call-in contest and Mo won it with Russell Wilson, right? But there was some controversy on maybe what the date was, the deadline date was. Did we move it 24 hours, giving Kristen more of an opportunity to win this thing? Because it could have come down to Russell Wilson or Big Boy from Outkast, who you had call in sort of in the 11th hour, right? So
literally 9 o'clock hour on Friday.
Really? All right. So the DM that I'm specifically going to use for this is sort of a good example of a whole bunch that I was getting because I was really confused by what the controversy was. The P1 Facebook page was enraged for some reason over the contest. And by the way, this is the last time we're doing that contest. We've done this thing 3 times and it never ends well.
There's always some kind of controversy for whatever reason.
Do y'all remember what the controversies were from the past?
I remember the first one because it's the biggest black eye this Bert Show has ever had, if you ask me.
Oh, wow.
And that's when Justin Timberlake beat Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the second one was. We did it a second time, and it didn't go nearly as well the second time, but there was some controversy on the voting there also, and here we are the third time. Anyway. So the Facebook page is enraged for some reason over the contest. When Mo said he wrote it down as the 15th, they thought that you and Kristen were pushing it on purpose so Mo wouldn't win. Okay, let's stop right there. Why?
No.
Like, why would we do that? Like, why would Kristen and I team up to make sure that Mo doesn't win?
Yeah, full transparency. I didn't write the date down when we originally talked about it. And so it was like a couple weeks out. And for scheduling purposes, I asked Tommy and Bert when it was going to end. And nobody really knew or remembered. And so we pulled up the calendar and we were like, Friday, let them vote. And that's how that date got decided.
So let me finish the DM and then we can just all debate it. Everyone is asking if there's tension in the studio now. And even when Mo found out he won and Kristen asked what he would do or where he would go for paid vacation, Abby made a joke. He's looking for a new job and Mo laughed a little too hard. So I think people are...
funny.
It was a funny joke.
I can't laugh.
What's happening right now?
That's what I'm saying, man. So I think people are reading way into things is what this DM says. Real P1s know that everything is fine. Now, I wasn't here on the Monday when the contest ended, so I didn't get to hear the joke or see your reaction to it. So I don't know if that was an overreach or you were really pissed or what.
Well, I can't speak to why the whole date thing or for anyone else as far as the date thing is concerned. For me, it wasn't necessarily the pushing the date back. What it was the day that we spoke, because obviously we kept going with the whole you can make up the rules as we go, which is fine. We always knew that. That also does give you an opportunity to cheat or play favoritism, quote unquote, if you chose to. But when I said that the day, because on the 15th, that was the day we acknowledged the date. Now, had we acknowledged the date a couple days before and said, I know that we said it on the 15th, but we're going to go to the 16th, I think it would have been received differently, as opposed to on the date when the competition was literally over. You can't change the rules of the competition once the competition is over. So then when I said that day, y'all, the competition is over. It literally ended. It's been the 15th the entire time. No one else acknowledged it. It was like, it wasn't even a second of, well, was it? It was just like, nah, no, what are you talking about? No, it's not. And then everybody just moved on. So I think a lot of people took that as I was being ignored and it wasn't even being acknowledged that that was the actual date. So then when we came back and said Mo was actually right, the competition was over, that's when it became, well, nah, then we're just pushing it for another day. And I think that's why people read that as, well, the competition was already over, so how can you extend it now that we've already set the date and the date is ended?
Okay, so let's get the facts right. I never said the 15th. I had these guys look up the audio, and so here's what was said that day. The first thing I said, well, actually, Tommy, what's the order that we're going to play this in? Because I wanted it to be fair. If I said the 15th, I wanted to play the audio, right? And say that I specifically pushed it from the 15th to 16th. That was never said.
All right, this was during the original segment where we introduced the competition, right? So at the beginning, Bert talks about when it's going to end. And at the end, he talks about when it's going to end. Here's the clip from the beginning.
And the listeners will vote at the end of a month. This is going to go on for 1 month.
He never said the 15th. He just said 1 month.
Now, to be fair, that was the 15th.
Correct.
That was May 15th that I said, or April 15th, right?
Yes.
So when I said a month, technically, if you're looking at a month, then you might be thinking, okay, then it's going to end on May 15th, right? However, at the end of the break,
there was some clarification.
Whoever has the biggest celebrity in 1 month, which means the last day for people to call in, I believe, is the 16th. And then they'll vote over the weekend. And then when we come back in on Monday, we will know who won.
So it was never said. The 15th was never said.
I remember hearing the 15th if we said it for a month, but either way, it was irrelevant to me. I wasn't bringing it up to say, initially when I brought it up, I wasn't bringing it up to say, oh, y'all are cheating. In my mind, I never felt like I lost the competition. Like, I never felt like Russell Wilson was threatened, even with Big Boy. That's just my opinion. So it wasn't a matter of like, I'm being salty, quote unquote. It was just literally, that was me pointing out that I thought the competition ended that day. So when I was called salty, it was looked at away because why would I be salty if I never lost? It was just literally trying to point out that we initially set it for a month and a month would have been May 15th.
I think I felt like the attitude changed not because it was between Outkast or between Big Boy and Russell Wilson. It was because you felt like you were being cheated, that the 15th was the day and I was extending it 24 more hours. And that's what you were upset about.
I never said I felt like cheating me personally. I didn't feel like that. I just literally thought that was the day, which it was a month from when we started the competition. So it was like, yo, the competition ends today. And it was as if it was, to me, in that moment, it was treated like I had no idea what I was talking about.
Well, it really... Well, you kind of didn't because I said
it
the 16th.
It was a month. But it was a month from the 15th would be the 15th.
But I literally in the same break said this.
Some months have 30 days, some months have 31 days.
I remembered hearing the 15th. If y'all go back through all the audio, because it was spoke about on more than, okay, so I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is that's what I heard. But it wasn't coming from a place of being salty because even with Big Boy calling, I didn't think I lost.
Okay, so there was an elephant in the room. There is an elephant in the room. So the 15th was never said, though, is what?
That's fine.
Okay.
Completely fine. I still wasn't salty.
So you just felt dismissed.
That's it.
Okay.
That's literally it. It wasn't a matter of feeling like, oh, y'all ganged up on me to win or to cheat on me because I still didn't feel like I lost. So why would I be salty? You said we should bring controversy to the contest. And ultimately that's what I was doing. If I was wrong, then I was wrong. Mm-hmm. But a month from the 15th was the 15th to me. And I wrote down the 15th. So I thought the 15th was said. If it wasn't, that's fine. But I wasn't bringing it up to say, y'all are cheating. I was bringing it up to say, I thought the competition ended today.
But you literally said on the air that you guys are cheating.
Because when we came back and then Tommy announced that it was the 15th.
Yeah.
So and once after that announcement, I'm like, okay, so then now if we're saying it was on the 15th, right? If Tommy comes back on air and goes, actually Mo was right, it's on the 15th. And then it goes, well, okay, it was the 15th, but who cares? We're now making it the 16th. Y'all can't understand why people would say, okay, now it looks like they're cheating.
I don't recall, Tommy, and maybe you have the audio of you saying that it's the 15th.
Oh, I don't know.
You
Yeah, you
came
did.
back and said
Yes.
that Katie told you that Mo was right
Yeah.
and the competition
Yep.
ends today.
And we were going to play the audio, but we never did.
I
And
looked for
so-
the audio this morning.
Yeah, and to clarify that when I said anything about controversy, that was after the fact.
Yeah, that
when all
wasn't the
this.
I know, I understand
No,
that, but
right.
I'm just saying that's what I did.
Yeah, and just from my perspective, and I totally hear where you're coming from, and I get that you said something and then you were dismissed, and you're like, why am I not being heard? When we called you salty and you denied being salty, there was a shift, and like you can own it. Like you felt dismissed, absolutely. Own that.
I'm owning being dismissed. What I'm
Yeah.
not owning is being salty about losing the competition because there was no reason for me to be salty about that. But did I feel dismissed in that moment? Absolutely.
And but that's what made you salty.
I don't think I was salty for saying. That's the thing. It's like if you feel an injustice in a moment and go, okay, I don't really like that I was treated that way. I don't believe that to be being salty. I believe that
Okay.
to just be simply pointing out something that you feel like you witnessed.
Okay, then we're using the wrong word because your demeanor completely changed. Like your
I think
'cause you felt like
to
you
be
were being
honest with
wrong.
y'all, anytime a black man is in a situation when you have white people calling him salty because he pointed out what he believed to be as an injustice, he's going to feel a way about that situation.
perfect, and that's what I want to get at, and that's why I want to apologize because I never wanted to make you feel that way. Never want to make anybody feel dismissed because everybody in this show, this should be a room of inclusion and respect, and everybody should be heard. Nobody in this room should ever feel dismissed for anything they say, right? So for that, I want to apologize. There was a completely shift in demeanor, but now I get it's not because you were salty. You felt like there was an injustice, and that is a justified feeling.
That's what I was trying to
Okay.
get across the entire time.
Okay, and now it's being received, and I just want to let you know you're being heard, you are being received, and I genuinely apologize if you felt dismissed at any point in time and that you weren't being heard.
I appreciate it.
There you go.
The silliness to me is that he won. Like, landslide won. The whole
Even
thing.
more reason to not have been salty.
It's
The Bert Show.